the number one fault I see with slicing is grip. So what we're going to talk about first is we're going to talk about the left hand, how that's positioned on the golf club, and the right hand. So right, normally when we take a good grip, right, so the left thumb should point slightly down the right hand side of the grip, and the right hand should just go on top of the left hand. But the biggest fault I see in golf is when people put the left hand on the club, and what happens is they get it going too high in the palm, so almost as if they're gripping the putter, so it goes too much high in the palm, and from there that's going to get the thumb pointing down the left hand side of the grip, right? What that does to the club face, think about if you put the club out in front of you, and if you grip it weakly, you can twist the club face a lot to the right, but you can't twist it a lot to the left. So you can open the club face more than you can close it. You're struggling to close it, so we need to compensate to try and close it by swinging over the top. That's going to create a ball flight that's going to go left to right. So that distorts a lot of power. So this left wrist can't hinge properly. So if you're able to go like that with your normal hand position, that's how you should grip the club, right? If we grip it in the palm, we can't hinge that wrist without breaking down this left arm. So tip number 2 is the right hand. Left thumb goes on first, points down the left hand side of the grip. Right hand goes on first, or second, sorry, and that points directly in line with the left thumb, right? So from there, if you think, what we've already discussed what the left hand does, it opens up the club face more than it can close it. If we're gripping it even weaker with the other hand, what's going to happen is we can even open the club face even more. That's where we're going to create a position where the club face is miles open to our ball to target line, and it's going to go miles to the right. So we need to try and strengthen this grip somehow. Tip number 3, or fault number 3, is when people take the club too far on the inside, right? So remember how I've talked about in previous videos, we want the club to stay in a more parallel position to the ground, right? But what happens is the club's got one lever and 2 levers, so whatever one lever does, the second lever has to do the opposite way. So we keep the club head in the grip always in line as we're taking the club back. That's going to help us create more consistency. But one of the biggest faults I see is you need to say to somebody, right, you need to swing more from the inside. So what they do is they put the club more on the inside, club gets a little bit stuck, so almost in this position. Their first reaction from there is to swing over the top to get the club back on this line, right? So the idea is we get this club back on this line, so we take the club inside too much. What happens when if I was to hit the ball from that position, I'm going miles, right? So they swing over the top like a figure of 8, so think about inside, over the top, over the line, they cut across the golf ball, and that's going to create an even bigger path from the out to in. So remember, weak grip opens the club face, left hand points to the left, right hand points to the left as well, and also the club goes inside, and then from there it has to come back across in a steep position to try and hit the golf ball. The path's going miles left, so it's important to understand to reduce that happening, you need to do the opposite to what we've done there. Guys, the biggest common faults I see with slicing: weak grip, left and right hand, take the club too far on the inside to start off with, reroute the club back across, and that's going to create that lot of left to right spin. Any thoughts on that video? Make sure you post your comments below with comments on what you're working with in your game at the moment. Post your comments below with your thoughts on this video, and subscribe to the channel under Jamie Allen Golf. Thanks for listening, and like the video. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel.